of the whole Rocky franchise. You know, came out in 1976, won Best Picture, and that year, written by Sylvester Stallone. You know, we all know the story of Rocky. Everybody knows the story. You know, he was a 1 in a million shot. He was the underdog. He was handpicked by Apollo Creed, and to face him, who is played by Carl Weathers, who is the heavyweight champion of the world, and Rocky basically ends up fighting him in the end and not winning but surviving. And in the meantime, you get to meet the Rocky characters like Paulie and Adrian and Mickey, and there's some really good stuff that goes on in this movie that I think may be overlooked, and maybe some people don't see the human story in this movie as much. Some of us who are diehard Rocky fans out there, there's a friend of my channel, Rocky Balboa 101. If I'm getting that wrong, I'm sorry, damn. But I watched his reviews, and he's very, very passionate about Rocky and you know, Stallone, and I think he shares kind of the same kind of passion I have. I'm a huge Sylvester Stallone fan, and it goes all the way back to this movie. This movie is more about, it's more about a human story than it is a boxing movie. A lot of people see this movie and they say, well, it's a boxing movie, but that never was Stallone's intention. And I know this because I've watched many, many interviews and him talking about this movie. He talks about how this movie was really about himself. This movie is about him as an actor. He was struggling. He was a 1 in a million shot at this time. And he had this script that he believed in, that he wrote basically about himself. The character of Rocky really is about Sylvester Stallone. And he really wanted to play this character because he felt like he knew the character. He believed in him. He was the only one that could give the character life. And many studios tried to buy it from him. They offered him more and more money. He never gave in, and he never sold out. And he stuck to his goals and his dreams. And that's why Sylvester Stallone is as big as he is today, because of Rocky. And everybody relates to Rocky because it is a human story. It is about the American dream. It is a quintessential American dream movie and character, Rocky Balboa and Sylvester Stallone, for that matter. But it all, you know, the boxing was more or less was just a way to tell the story. He told it through boxing. It's not necessarily a boxing movie. The other ones became more boxing movies. But this one really was about the human side, about the characters, about the 1 in a million shots that are out there. And it makes you believe in yourself, and it makes you appreciate, for me as an American, living, you know, that you can achieve the American dream. You know, Sly, you know, didn't become the biggest action movie star ever just by happenstance, just because someone gave it to him. He fought, and he believed in himself and accomplished what he set out to accomplish because he believed in it. And that's what Rocky means to me. It means that no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you can accomplish anything through your dreams if you want it bad enough and if you work hard enough. It's just, it sounds cliche-ish, I know, but that's truly what I believe when I watch Rocky. And did it deserve to win Best Picture? Absolutely. You know, and I think, you know, the whole thing's like, well, I've heard people say he didn't win. That's why I like Rocky 2 better, because he didn't win. And that's not the point of the movie. It wasn't about the boxing match. It was about him surviving. It was about him getting kicked down his whole life and struggling and not making anything of himself. And then to get to the biggest stage of his life, and he wasn't given a chance, and nobody thought he would last a minute, and he made it to the end. And it's just a great metaphor for life. You know, no one gives you a chance, and this is not everybody. I'm just saying, I have related to this story at times, and I've seen it in other people's lives, and I know that there's been other people who've been inspired by this movie. It's to never give up and never quit, and always believe in yourself. It is the ultimate belief in yourself movie. So, you know, people, call it, quote unquote, the ultimate underdog story. But for me, it really is the ultimate belief in yourself movie. It's the ultimate never give up movie. And everybody should watch this movie. And like I said, if you haven't seen it in a while, go back and watch it, because it is, after not seeing it for a while, I really appreciate it even more. And you know, my favorite Rocky always will be Rocky 4. I think it's true for a lot of people, I guess. But this movie was the start of not only the Rocky Balboa character, but it was the start of Sylvester Stallone as a mega star. And I just get different feelings out of his movies, a lot of his movies, than I do of any other movie star. I feel like he really has great messages behind his music, his movies, and I think that he really cares about people. I really do believe that, and I think he's just a normal guy like everyone else, and that's why you relate to this movie. You can go anywhere in the world and say the name Sylvester Stallone, and most people will know it. But when people say Rocky Balboa, you will know it. And there's not a lot of other action stars that have done characters where you could name the name of the character and everybody would know. Arnold in Terminator, but that's not really a human. It was more of a thing, a robot. You know, when you say Rocky Balboa, it's a true American icon. And Rocky Balboa is Sylvester Stallone, and Sylvester Stallone is Rocky Balboa. And that's why this movie means a lot to me. Thanks, Dan. You're an inspiration with your Rocky channel, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.